Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy X. Last time we took down Dark Valfor, and then I decided I was going to farm things. Now, my math may be wrong here, but after doing this for like an hour and a half, I decided to look online and find out what were my chances of actually getting this. And Ribbon has a chance of dropping in one of 7 slots. Basically, there are 7 possible drops for an piece of armor that you can get from all the Dark Aeons. It's all the same. Percentages are all the same, everything. 3 of them are all break HP limit. So basically, it's a higher percentage chance that you'll get break HP limit. 3 of them are auto regen or something else, depending on which Dark Aeon it is. That last 1 out of 7 is Ribbon. For you to be able to get, basically what it does is it'll put 2 things on there, and it can roll the same one twice. So you could roll break HP and break HP again, meaning that you would get break HP with 3 empty slots, assuming that the armor you got was 4 slots to begin with. Sometimes it's only 3. Well, based on my math, which is probably wrong, your chance of getting Ribbon and nothing else on a given piece of armor is about 0.2%. Yeah, that'd make me particularly happy. And that's, of course, assuming, and that would be useful assuming that you had a 4-slot armor instead of a 3-slot. That's assuming you get an armor in the first place. As I was battling around against Dark Valfor, the chances of me getting an armor were probably about 20%. Every other time it was a weapon. You can imagine how difficult this was, and I gave up. I just didn't care enough. It wasn't worth it. I was hoping I could get it in like 5 or 6 attempts. I ended up sticking with this that I happened to get, just because it got something for Yuna, and Yuna is actually going to be doing something, and I don't really need to build through the same armor that I built for Titus Waka and Riku. Next thing, in between episodes, what I've done is I've done all the remaining monster capturing left in the game. And with that, I have no longer need to capture any monsters. We're going to go and show off all of them right here in a moment. If you have not learned all of your overdrives with Titus, put the Slayer overdrive mode on him. And then as soon as you enter a battle where you've captured all the enemies, just unload an overdrive. And I would recommend Energy Rain, because if you have Slayer mode on, that'll build up your overdrive much faster. That way he keeps getting this overdrive and he keeps using it when you run into enemies that you normally have no reason left to kill since you've captured them all. With that being said, let's talk to this guy. This is the ultimate insect. You get mana tonics for this. You can use these the same way we did the stamina tonics before. And basically that means that you can put, I think it's MP plus 30% on your armor and sell it. And I think it sells for even slightly more than the HP plus 30. So there's some more money. There's no other reason to customize them. Maybe save 10, but anyway, we're just going to show off what we can steal from all of these guys. This is the one from Jose. You get 99 petrified grenades. If you happen to have some extra ones lying around, maybe put stone proof on something. But if not, don't worry about it. And what can we steal from you? More petrified. Nope, we get 3 stars. I have a feeling that's the rare steal. No, it's not the rare steal. Okay, that's fine. Hey, critical hit. 3 stars? Okay. Now we can run away. I had a feeling that was a rare steal, but apparently not. Unless I got it twice in a row. And what have we got in here? From the Mushroom Rock Road, we get Candles of Life. I think the only thing useful you can do with those is customize No Encounter None. But I've showed multiple ways, easier ways of getting that. But in case you wanted it, there's some Far Plane Winds. Don't need to worry about those. And what else have we got today? The Ultimate Wolf. These are, we get Chocobo Feathers, not that we need those for anything, but teach haste to some Aeons if you haven't got it by now. This guy is a real pain in the ass. He confuses you, and he's fast. So we're just going to run away from that. So that would have been, somewhere between 3 and 5 of all the different wolves you can encounter, going all the way back to Besaid, through Macalania, and, Calmlands and everywhere else that you can happen to find them. There's some in Besaid, yeah, whatever. I will be going over where we found all of the remaining enemies in a moment, but I just want to go over and see what we can steal from everybody first, which is why we have fast forward on here. Fireplane Shadow. Wow, that's not going to end well. And not quite dead yet. Hurry up and kill me. There we go. Good job. If you hadn't killed Tidus, I could have run away, but oh well. Most of the items you can steal are not particularly useful from the area and the species creations. Created one as tough as steel. Which one was this? Gold arrow. Oh, it's, let's take a quick look. I think that's the, armored. Yeah, so capture, what's 4 or 5 of each of the armored guys. You can steal light curtains from him if you need those, but, I don't particularly at the moment. I'll have a way of dealing with that shortly. No, I keep going in there due to force of habit, but all the kinds of flans. Twin stars, not that we need those. Oh, this is everybody's least favorite of all of the enemies here. You get lunar curtains from him like you get from so many other enemies. It's so easy to get lunar curtains in this game, and you really don't need them all that much. Shell just doesn't really matter. So, it's kind of weird, but... created a strange elemental, so yeah, this is all the elementals. Those are star curtains, cast reflect. I believe this guy has auto reflect on. Actually, I'm going to guard with you. Didn't get through. I was hoping you would get your next turn. There's star curtains, and I'm not sure if he counters every action, but he counters a lot with ultimate. So, fighting him right now is not a good idea. Definitely not a good idea. There are a few that we could take down right now. In fact, we will be showing that toward the end. All the little birds. Here we get 99 Mega Phoenixes. Actually, after recording the last episode there, I, went to go and restart to find out if I could get lucky enough from Dark Valfor. Smoke bombs. And then I realized I hadn't saved since I started recording the episode, so I had to redo all my bribing and get everything all set up with ultimate weapon, or with the ultimate armor I had for Tidus there. And so yeah, it took a little bit of extra time to set things back up. The ultimate lizard, we get stamina springs. I think we already had some of those, but they don't do anything. They're kind of useless. The attack that he used, and the reason why it did 0 damage there, is because I think that one's designed to bring you down to 1 HP. I think. I'm not 100% sure on that. I can't even remember what we stole from there, but the footage is there. You can see the ultimate eyeball. We get 60 stamina tonics. I don't think we use these for anything else. I could be wrong, but this guy is important. We actually kind of do want to fight this guy, but he did that. Well, we'll be fighting him toward the end of the episode anyway, so it doesn't matter that we couldn't steal from him. Pretty much, if you get ambushed by him, you're screwed. Even if you don't have 1 HP. We'll fix that. There we go. The ultimate mushroom. So this will be, 5 or 6 of each of the different mushrooms in the game. And what can we steal from you? Poison Fang. If you attack him and don't kill him, he counters with basically bad breath and inflicts a whole crap ton of status effects, and it does not end well for you. Okay, what about you? So we're down. We finished all the area and species creations. Now he's on to the other ones. In order to get these ones, you basically just have to capture a whole bunch of different monsters. Here we get the Gambler's Spirits, which is why I sold the remaining ones that we had. Can't remember exactly how to get them. Any of these ones, all you'll be able to steal from them is Gambler's Spirits, any of the original creations. He says, I've created a monster. So we're not going to fight any of the remaining ones of these guys. There's no point. And what do we got here? Winning formulas. I believe we have a use for those. We won't even show them. Screw it. And there should be one more, I believe. One, maybe 2. Which one? The last one. 99 Dark Matter. Okay. Now, we were able to get Dark Matter as a drop from Dark Valfor. But now that you've unlocked the Ultima Buster, which is the enemy that we get for getting all those Dark Matters, he's got some new items in there. We won't regret it. This is true, we won't. We'll regret the fact that we have to spend forever grinding, but that's about it. Now that we've done that, let's take a look at our shield here that we created for Tidus last time or the time before, whenever it was. And let's put the final touch on there. 99 Dark Matters for Ribbon. This is why I was trying to get the ribbon drop from Dark Valefor, because this is extremely expensive, and if you do some grinding, you'll be able to get one more of these by the time you've beat everybody else and done all the farming that you're going to do just by happenstance of the drops you're going to get. If you don't feel like doing that, put Stoneproof on instead. But it creates the Sanctuary Shield. Best shield you can, at least I think you can create in the game. There are specific shields that you need for other enemies, but that's fine. Okay, so now we've done that. We're going to save so I don't have to do that again. Go. And I'm going to go over where I found the remaining monsters. Besaid, pretty much anywhere in between the village and the beach. I just put increased encounters on, and by the time I got there, I had gotten all of them that I needed, so don't worry about that. We already talked about the high road. Mushroom Rock. With this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to overlay some footage here just to make life easier for you. The raptors, these guys, the thunderflans we actually found on the lower area, the old road in the Mi'ihen High Road, so you can find them there. But the raptors, these guys, which are the imp-like guys, they're purple and flying. The red elements, these guys, actually these guys too, are all found but just anywhere pretty much in the Mushroom Rock Road. If you take the thing that I'm showing you there, it's the link to the Mushroom Rock, but it actually leads to getting Riku's ultimate weapon. Then you can avoid the fact that there is one of the Dark Aeons floating around in the actual Mushroom Rock Road, and we want to avoid that. So this is a much safer area of doing that. The Garuda is the rarest enemy you can encounter. You can still encounter them in the same place, but it just takes a while to get them. I don't really have any tips on how to find them, but I would go in that spot and you should be fine. Thunderplains we already did. Jose. Now I'll throw this on screen too, but the Garm, the Simmer, the Bite Bug, the Snowflan, the Bunyip, the Basilisk can all be found right outside Jose Temple. Specifically, the Simmers, they tend to find, or however you want to pronounce that, you tend to find them in the sunlight only, not in the shadows. I don't know why this is, but I just run around the sign here at the end and I'm usually good to go. Once you've captured all of the Simmers and all of the Basilisks in this area, head north into the next screen there. And in the next screen, you can find the Ochu enemy, the final enemy that you can encounter for this list. And the Ochu, for me, I just ran all the way to the end of that screen and all the way back, and I happened to find them. I ran into like 5 in a row, so I got really lucky. But just run around in that screen. You can also use the screen in between the Moonflow and Guadalslam if you're interested in doing that. It's entirely up to you. Let's see, we've captured all the other ones and I've already talked about them, so it's just down to Macalania, which one is a real pain in the ass, because Macalania includes both the forest and the snowy area as well. So the Snow Wolf and the Evil Eye and the Ice Flan and the Mafdet are all found in the snowy area. The thing is, in this screen right next to where the inn is, you can't run into the Evil Eyes very often, but if you go beyond the lake toward the temple, you run into Evil Eyes in almost every single battle. So I would start there first, get all 10 of the Evil Eyes, then run back to the previous screen where the inn is, and then try and catch the remaining ones. The Mafdet will be the most difficult one to complete doing this, and he's just relatively rare. Just run around long enough and you should be able to find him. Going back to the forest now. Stay away from the temple itself. There's a Dark Aeon guarding it, so don't go all the way there. The Zephos, Chimera, Wasp, Iguion, let's see, the Blue Element, and their Mersu, whatever that guy is. Those are all found in the forest itself. I just ran out of the Macalania snowy area and right back into the forest and went on that next screen that you can encounter enemies where we did the butterfly capturing earlier, and I found them all there relatively easy. Didn't take me all that long. So there's pretty much all for that. I think that's pretty much it. I think that's all we can do for all of that kind of stuff. All right. Back to what we need to take care of next. We need to build some more armors. We can do that off screen. I can build some more armors off screen with Auto Haste, Auto Phoenix, and Auto Protect I won't be able to quite get yet. But in the meantime, we need to gain levels so that we can level up, so that we can actually be able to beat the enemy to get more of those light curtains so that we can put Auto Protect on. And there is one very, very good strategy, and that's the One Eye. And if you're lucky enough to get Preemptive Strike, things will go well for you. This guy has 150,000 HP, he's got auto regen and maybe reflect or something, I don't know, I don't care. You can fight him with the characters you have and take him down slowly if you want. But like I said, 150,000, you're going to be able to kill him relatively quickly. Basically, once we have auto haste for everyone, then we won't need to cast haste, but you can just go and kind of beat the crap out of him this way. Eventually you'll get the overkill. I don't think it's all that much, but use whoever does the most damage. And if you kill him, you get magic defense spheres, which eventually we'll need, but more importantly, he can drop equipment with, or a piece of armor, or a weapon with triple AP on it. Now, he can drop these weapons with 1 empty slot or 2 empty slots. What we need to do is we need him to drop one with 2 empty slots for Tidus, Wakka, Riku, and if you want to, Yuna. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on this in between episodes, and we'll basically fight him over and over again and get that. Now, there are some other ways of dealing with this guy. You could use your overdrives if you don't want to use your normal attacks. Basically, here, we'll show this off here. Set your overdrive mode to Victor, and for all 3 of your characters, and since our weapons have triple overdrive on them, it only takes 2 battles to fully charge if you win the battle. So basically you can alternate between fighting a One Eye using an overdrive, go back to Besaid, hit the dingo, kill him real fast, and then go back and do it all over again. That's one other way if you want to use your overdrives. If he gets an ambush on you, you're pretty much screwed, just kind of run. The other way of dealing with it is you can bring in Yuna, and you can do this kind of the same way. You can build up her overdrive, and then you can Grand Summon Anima. Now, the reason why you want to Grand Summon Anima is because Anima will be able to exceed the actual damage limit, because if you remember when we used the overdrive earlier, it actually does more hits than just 1. It has, like, I believe, 15 hits. Once you use it the first time, it won't show you the full animation, and it just does 1 lump sum of damage, which is like over 1 million damage. And so you can do that. You could also do 2 normal attacks that can get it for you as well. If you deal the max damage or use an Aeon, do 2 normal attacks, and you could probably do it that way too. The one final one is using Ornn. And that's because Ornn has a unique kind of ability or hidden ability toward his weapon. The lower his HP, the higher his damage is. And even though it caps at 99,999, once you get about 100 strength, it actually breaks through that cap. Even though it shows that cap, you'll actually deal more damage. I'm not sure if it shows more damage or not, but according to what I've read, it should be able to show you that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and I'm going to fight someone who's going to annihilate me. There's the Ultimate Buster guy. And we're just going to bring Ornn in here so that he dies. Everyone's going to die. Everyone's going to die. Okay, you can cast Ultima, that works too, but you only needed to hit him. He would have died. Yeah. And the reason we want to do this is because he'll revive with 1 HP, and his ultimate weapon has First Strike. So now we'll go and we fight One Eye, and based on what I've read, Ornn should be able to one-shot, assuming he hits this guy. That's the downside. Nope, not quite enough. Let's see, we'll throw haste on him. I guess maybe he doesn't have enough strength or something like that. Or maybe we have to kill off other party members or something. I don't recall. But yeah, if you can see, our other weapons are doing less damage when we have less HP. Auron's is just the opposite. So you could do it that way too. And Auron can be the one that deals a lot of your damage. But the point of all this, hopefully I got that there so I can demonstrate, is to get triple AP. Excuse me, I'm choking on things. But you want it to have 2 empty slots. And like I said, we want this for 2 of our party members. Remember, whoever delivers the killing blow is more likely to get the weapon drop or the armor drop. When he drops his armors, they suck. Let's see, I think I got one for Wakka there. No, I didn't. Who got one? Mage's Bracer. There you go. They tend to have MP plus 30%, a bunch of MP factors on there. Basically, these are just for selling. They actually sell really well, so it's a good idea to fight this guy if you need additional money. And we will be needing additional money. And the reason why we're going to need additional money, that's the wrong one, is in here. The Almighty Clear Sphere. They cost 10,000 a pop. And we're going to be buying a lot of them. The reason is many of the enemies in here, specifically the ones in Species Conquest, can drop things like we saw with the Magic Defense Sphere, but many of them can drop other things like Agility Spheres or Evasion Spheres, or I think he drops Strength Spheres and he drops HP. No, he drops HP Spheres. Basically, we can use this to clear, and I'll demonstrate this real quick here. Let's go on Tidus. No, let's not go on Tidus. Let's go... Somebody... Sure, we'll move you here. Now, I could use the Mana Sphere to get 3 magic, but what is 3 magic for Auron? It really doesn't matter. Well, with the Clear Sphere, we clear a node from the grid. And when we do this, it will remove that stat gain for all players who have learned it and clear the spheres so that we can go and put something else that we want there. Magic defense, luck, whatever it is that we want to put there. Right now, I don't really want to put anything there because I'd like to work on things like agility and strength first and foremost. But eventually, we're going to want to clear enough so that we can max out our stats. No. For Tidus, Wakka, and Riku, and even some for Yuna, at 255, which is the maximum. And basically we need to do this in order to take on the remaining bosses in the game, so a lot of what's going to happen going forward, I'll have to do off screen, but I do want to fight some of the enemies at different points, not like fight them multiple times, but fight them, fight these ones earlier, fight these ones after that kind of thing, just so that I can demonstrate some actual strategy, because if you power up, to 255 and then start taking everybody down, then, well, first of all, you can't do that, because if you go all the way around the whole grid, you're not going to max all your stats. You might max a few here and there, but you're not going to max everything, which is why I don't care to do it. I want to go just far enough to get enough stats so I can take down these enemies, farm these spheres, and then clear a bunch of nodes, put these spheres there, and then we'll get, max them all out and get max strength, max agility, max defense, max magic defense, and max accuracy. Evasion you can as well, and I probably will, but the magic stat really doesn't matter, and the luck stat matters only in the international version where you're fighting the Dark Aeons. If you're in the original version of the game, no Dark Aeons, not in the international or anything like that, you don't need luck at all. But anyway, that's pretty much all for now. Like I said, in between episodes, I will be doing some bribing to get some armor for Wakka and for Riku, and I will also be battling the One Eye over and over again to try and get triple AP weapons. Anyway, that's pretty much all for today, and see you guys next time.